Good morning, students. In the last class, we have completed the study material up to if conditions. Today, let us complete the remaining part of our study material. Now, open your page 109, prepositions. How do we use the prepositions? Now, abide follows with by, abide by. We can say we must abide by the rule of the road. Absorb in. I was absorbed in my work. Abstain from. We should abstain from drinking. Accede to. He acceded to my request. Accuse of. He was accused of murder. Acquit of. He was acquitted of all the charges. Act upon. He acted upon my advice. Addicted to. He is addicted to gambling. Admit to. He was admitted to the 9th class. Afraid of. I am not afraid of death. Agree on. We all agree on this point. Agree to. Do you agree to this proposal? Alarm at. We were alarmed at the sight of a lion. Angry with. He is angry with me. Angry at. The teacher was angry at your misconduct. Apologize to. Apologize for. He apologized to me for this rude behavior. Appeal to or appeal for. He appealed to the judge for mercy. Apply to. Apply for. He applied to the headmaster for leave. He applied for the leave. Approve of. I do not approve of your action. Aptitude for. She has no aptitude for music. Arrive at. He arrived at Jalandhar at 6 o'clock. Ashamed of. He feels ashamed of his conduct. Assure of. I assure you of my help. Associate with. You should not associate with bad boys. Astonished at. I was astonished at his failure. Attended on. You should attend on your ailing mother. Attend to. Attend to your lesson. Attend to your class. See, the way where to use prepositions is the examples which are given to you. So, abide following with by, absorb in, abstain from, accede to, accuse of, and so on. In the same manner, page number 110 and 111, you have many examples about the prepositions. And next going to 112, 113. Total 200 prepositions are given to you with own sentences. So if you go through all these, you will be perfect in getting prepositions, where to apply the particular preposition. It either be simple preposition or prepositional phrases. Now let's start the assignment. Fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. He has lived in Patna dash years. Options are given to us. In that, what do we choose? 4. 4 years is mentioned. So, which preposition has to be followed? Since, before, for, after, for. I shall acquaint you dash the facts of, about, with, for, about. Do not be surprised dash his behavior, with, by, at, about, at her behavior. He is content dash this amount, on, by, at, with this amount. She was married dash him last year. For, to, with, on. Now which one is the right one? Married follows with to. You should be ashamed dash your rudeness of. Your rudeness, ashamed of. Next one. Turn your page. This is quite different dash that. to that, with that, from that, about that, from that. I taught him to be careful, dash the traffic. Careful of. You are devoid, dash the sense of humor of. I have travelled all, dash the world. This is known to everyone, which is the suitable preposition, over. I assure you, dash my full support. The answer for that, with. The patient has not responded, dash the treatment, to the treatment. He accused the maid, dash stealing the watch, on stealing the watch. He is generous, dash a fault, with. I could not do it for want, dash money, want of. He is not wanting, dash courage, encourage. Trust, dash God, the greatest, and do what is right, in God. My distrust, dash you, is well known to all of you. I am fully aware of your sentiments, dash that attractive girl, towards. There is no place for sentiment, dash business, in business. He is very sentimental, dash his children, about his children. An author must not be sensitive, dash criticism, too. She is very sensitive, dash her ugly appearance, about. Don't be suspicious, dash fidelity. Fidelity talks about way of manner, so suspicious of. I resent your suspicion, dash my motives, at. I have lost faith, dash her, in her. Your comments were derogate, dash my reputation, from my reputation. He was equal, dash the occasion, to the occasion. So remaining page number 115. You complete and check your answers at the end of your video. Now turn your page. Making a script for a speech. You all know in the previous class we have written about a speech. It is a August 15 speech, or else the annual day celebration speech, whatever might be. Now let's see how to make a good speech. A good speech is focused on a message which needs to match the occasion. It should resonate well with the audience interest, and it should be important to the listeners. It is written with a view of inspire, instruct, support, and lead one into an action. The main important points to be covered and also to be remembered. Brainstorm your ideas on the topic. Organize them in a proper order. What are the organizing tips? Introduction. How we are going to wish the dignitaries on the dais. Who are they? Wishing the guests and audience and introducing the topic. Next, body of the speech. Talking about the event, problem in detail, and analyze the present situation of its advantages and disadvantages, and explain the current scenario in detail, and at last coming to the concluding speech, giving useful suggestions either to improve or eradicate. Here is a speech given to you on World Environment Day. So according to our points, this speech was given starting with the introduction, body of the speech, and concluding speech. Finally, at the end, we say thank you. And next one, other example, speech on Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. This is another speech given to you. Go through all the two speeches. Next followed with rearrangement of the sentences. which is nothing but jumbled statements. Here is a passage given to you. Read the passage carefully. Take a piece of paper and tear it into four. You will notice two things. It tears more easily in one direction than in other, showing that the paper was made by machine. Otherwise, it would tear the same way in all directions. Hair-like fibers stick out from the edges of the tear, showing that paper is a mat of tiny fibers felted together. These fibers are the small particles of cellulose that help from the framework of plants. Man invented papyrus before paper. The ancient Egyptians about 4000 years ago took the stems of the papyrus plant and peeled them apart and flattened them. Then they laid them crosswise and pressed them down to stick them together. When dry, this made a sheet of papyrus and could be written on. Paper itself was invented in China about the year 105 by a man called Cylon. He found a way to make paper from the stringy liner bark of the mulberry tree. He crushed the bark in water to separate the fibers, then poured the mixture on a tray with a bottom of thin bamboo strips. The water drained away and the soft mat was laid on a smooth surface to dry. Bamboo and old rags were also used. Later on, somebody thought of how to improve paper by brushing starch on it. Chinese traders traveled far to the west and came to the city of Samarkand in Uzbekistan. They met Arabs who learned their art and took it to Spain. From there, the art of paper making spread over Europe. In time, all kinds of improved methods and machines for making paper were discovered. One of the most important was a machine developed in France in 1798 that could make a continuous sheet of paper. Now, after reading this passage, we should arrange this following jumbled sentences in a sequential and meaningful order. Now, how do we arrange? First of all, when you look all the 5 sentences, see which line the particular sentence is from the beginning. Now, the most important thing in the art of paper making was the discovery of a machine to make a continuous sheet of paper. The art of paper making spread over Europe from Spain. Paper was invented in China after the invention of papyrus by ancient Egyptians. Arabs learned the art of paper making from Chinese people and took it to Spain. Cylon found a way to make paper from the bark of the mulberry tree. Now, paper was invented in China after the invention of papyrus by ancient Egyptians. Now, third one. This was the first sentence which we observe than the rest of the sentences. So, 3 is the first one. Next one, Cylon found a way to make paper from the bark of the mulberry tree. That is 2. So, second one is 5. Third one, Arabs learned the art of paper making from Chinese people and took it to Spain. 4. The art of paper making spread over Europe from Spain. 5. The most important thing in the art of paper making was the discovery of a machine to make a continuous sheet of paper. So, final answers to you 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. So, we are not supposed to write the complete sentences, only numbers. So, next one, second and third, you try and check your answers. In the next class, we are going to start the Unit 5 Reading E. So, before we start the class, all the students should complete the study material along with the creative expressions. So, please complete it and make your notes ready. Thank you. Have a nice day.